Hello, America. Hello, Weathersfield, Connecticut. I still have not been responded to when I caught them with the principal child abuser before that was caught. Untimely deaths brought up Highcrest School. I went to that school. There are people that live next to the school that were also brought up. They also made confessions, and then one of them, three times they forced me for mental evaluation at Hartford Hospital. Three times they recorded themselves involved with what I was calling, asking for the police to be called on. I forced people to call the police. Now there's a bunch of people with the name Anna Dillon, and she uses the name Annie Dillon too. She switches it. They're involved with switching names with judges too. They all do all kinds of, and with the news media has been fabricating. They attach me to fake words. They pretend passions and emotions. They have people answering their phones for them, making up things with them. They know that. You think that they're sitting up there legitimately and they believe they're legitimate? They call themselves the media. Fox News and CNN and MSNBC are sickly, distinctly predators to keep how sickly, non-distinctly from being demonstrated. You need to follow mandated law for your people, for your politicians, for your police forms, and for your judges and your prosecutors. Their kids and their family members, extended and immediate, are also being and have been used remotely. You have complete degenerates speaking for you. Now get them on paper, have them pick one name in sequence. Make sure they fix the fake news at WFSB, fake emails too. WTNH is involved with. They have people placing ads with the FBI, involved with that New Haven FBI. Get down! You get on paper now with them. Former director of the FBI and his defending capacities in the world, with a whole bunch of people tied to him in the World Trade Center attack context, right before it, and the Ninth Circuit Court right next to it in Manhattan, as people that were colluded interstates on off Connecticut courts and police locations, attaching me and others to fake conversations with them. It's also little kids and their parents who went and like little rat holes, because they want to be called rat holes because they brought up the problems. They brought up criminality. They sought me out to bring up criminality. Then you get called by police after. I never had communications with them. I knew they were fake then, and I was reported. They hid that. See, there are a number of people with the name Ray Collo and Phil Collo involved with a Bob Chase, and some people with forensics. A Whiting forensics place in Connecticut is involved with child sex offenders, foreign and domestic families, military, foreign and domestic. Mexico. Make sure I get a response for them, because these are people that are against your own too. These are the people that keep that little fake politicians here and there. If we had one person tell the truth, right? So science never spoke for New York City, never spoke for Hartford, Connecticut, Weathersfield, Connecticut, let alone Hartford, let alone New York City, let alone. So we have these countries A through Z in these traps. In other words, look at the people stacking. You think that means, since before cars, the ground was tactically denatured to cause negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures by the breaching method. Everyone blamed on other things, others in themselves, even when correctly. You got to be a punk for all this time, and you're still blaming. But England was the one who colonized us. The Revolutionary War was against England. They're using truths for lies. There was more people that colonized us than England, and England was colonized themselves. They don't even remember the history of English language. So you have a whole bunch of suits and ties and counters to them that are in collusion. They can't defend their logic and afford mandated law with someone using short words, revelations of short words with truth. They only allow truths for lies. Then they pretend it's personal. You guys are up there making. Then you have the talk and the view. You guys have people making opinions and convictions that are connected to your news people that are fabricating audio and video. You guys are evidence crime roles in cases. What was Jim Crow laws about? It was about how the courts and the police forms and the politicians were criminally foreign influenced, with the counters to it. Their premises treatments were criminally foreign influenced. You guys came through sick education. That's why there's these problems. You guys with they want to call me names. That's how you're going to debate me. Deal with actual premises. Make sure you fix the names, interbranch, switching, forging names. You follow mandated law. That's what law says. I'm asking you to report what I caught recorded. Child abuses on the campuses. Now they have the kids of principals involved with this, and they have even ones that their family parent. They have the father of one even, and he's dead. They have the associations with him. This is interstates through time. People with New York City tied to Hartford, Connecticut. People with Massachusetts tied to Connecticut, involved with these people. There's a Mazzucato bakery that confessed, demonstrated, recorded. I don't know them. They went out of their way in the past to set up a couple of exceptions to pretend other. See, these are people that are filming fake things consciously. And they're not letting people review evidences in cases because they're using the time of being able to force people to courts criminally to prevent people from speaking there, to hide what I caught them doing at locations. So there's a Brian Silver recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, involved with name switching and forging state's attorneys and judges criminally involved. Also with black and white KKK Confederate flag themed military police. And there's an O'Brien family of executive police forms, who's also one of the ones recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, involved with neighbors in the location around a house associated with Ian. And there's an Ian on Trinity who said he was FBI. So the former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, in his defendant capacity, former standing chairperson on the Racketeering Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act, leading up to 2006 in a Connecticut District Court case that came about after it was proven that there had been post-dated documents presented to the Ninth Circuit in Manhattan right before the World Trade Center attack. Me and others have tried to report relative sequence shifts and federal crimes with evidences and worse leading up to the World Trade Center attack and since, and they've been attaching us to fake words, fake locations. They did this to Saudi Arabia. People from Saudi Arabia, they had been, Connecticut Interbranch had been attaching them to fake audio and video to hide their roles with predicate acts. A whole bunch of people from Weathersfield tied to houses on my street, and one tied to them on Fairlane. At least one. In other words, called a Smith family. More than one, because there's one down there, I don't know the name, but tied to a Dillon family. A whole bunch of people with Detective Dillon involved with various natures of real estate crimes, crimes with kids on campuses, crimes with evidences in cases. So you're going to need to get them on paper now. They have a former, I guess he's no longer our police chief, a Cintron. And he's reportedly confessed, demonstrated, confirmed anyway, involved criminally with his family, or who they say is his family, a Mazzucato bakery, one in Hartford and one at the corner of Route 3 and Elm Street in Rocky Hill. Also with the Cololos and Oliveri family, also brought up by confessions in roles with people at Trinity College and CCSU, and Trinity College is in Hartford, Connecticut, and CCSU is in New Britain. They, through time, have been roles with predicate acts at children's campuses, and because they've been keeping, criminally foreign influence leaderships of the law, incapable of defending themselves and of us at the same time, and their physical delusions. You don't see the delusions when people make opinions about black, white, even when they're speaking for themselves. If they say, "Oh, I'm white" or "I'm black," their delusions raw. But we want to work as follow mandated law. Get them out of the news if they can't follow mandated law. Get all new news people in there and fix the news. Follow mandated. What we need though is the people that are answering the phones for them. The retired and standing interbranch are real sick fakes with the people on The View and the talk. Then you guys are going to pretend it's personal. You guys have a sick, nasty nature on the camera. And now you need to follow mandated law and pretend that, I asked you nice on Facebook. Well, if you call the phone, you guys make up fake audio and video to replace what's recorded. So do it here and make sure I get a response from the courts involved with you guys criminally. Don't pretend you could. Oh, I was a prosecutor once. You sick. You're sick. You guys are sick. Fix the news. Fix the news. Get the fake words out of me. You attach me to fake words, fake ties to other people. You attach me people around me to fake words. You watch now, you punks.